Police officers of Reddit. What's the craziest situation you've been in? Showed up to a call once about a baby crying nonstop for hours and no sign of an adult being home. We went into the house and I followed the sound of the crying baby upstairs to find an 18-month-old with her arms duct taped to her crib. I undid the duct tape and it was obvious this was not the first time it had happened. I brought the child downstairs and outside. The mom was walking up the sidewalk of the housing unit and flipped shit on me. I handed the child off to a patrol and cuffed her. It was the most satisfying clicking of handcuffs I had ever heard. This happened when I was in the army as an MP. The father of the child was deployed at the time. From what I heard, he was granted permission to return home and take custody of the child. They got a divorce and I believe he won custody. I don't know what happened to her as far as a sentencing or jail time. Definitely just didn't want the responsibility of, watching after the kid and just thought, I can duct tape her to the crib and she should be alright, she shouldn't move too much and I can go out and do whatever I want. So that's terrible. Responded with my partner to a welfare check on an elderly gentleman. Knocked on the door, walked in and couldn't find him. Went to his garage and found him asleep behind the wheel. He tried to commit suicide by asphyxiation. Thing is, he only had a small amount of fuel and it was a new Civic. He was pissed when he woke up that I wasn't St. Peter. Yeah, I think if I tried to commit suicide like that too and I really went through with it and I woke up and I was like, I gotta deal with this now. I bet you he was definitely wishing he was dead. Wonder if he tried to kill himself after that. Who knows? While serving in South Korea, my team was on patrol in the local drinking village when we heard someone drunkenly singing the US national anthem. At a loss for where this individual was, we finally looked up and there he was, tightrope walking on the ledge of a building 3 stories up. This is when the precision of language is of vital importance, especially when dealing with a drunk. The sergeant on scene said, "Hey, come down here." The drunkard said, "On my way," and proceeded to step off. Under the impression I was about to witness my first death, I was in shock. Though some bit of weird luck/science, he glanced the hood of a slightly misted Daewoo truck and slid down to the ground. We ran over to him and he said, "Hey guys, how's it going?" He had open fractures on both femurs, and after some makeshift splinting and controlling the bleeding, he was transported to the nearest hospital. Soju is a hell of a thing. It's crazy that he was under the influence enough to be able to say, "Hey guys, how's it going?" under that amount of pain. If he had open fractures on both of his femurs, that means both bones of his femurs were sticking out of his legs. That's just, I don't think that guy probably is never going to walk the same again, or maybe just not walk again at all. Alright, next story. Definitely the time that an older mentally ill woman tried to burn her house down because she believed that that was the only way to disarm the atom bomb in her attic. I got her to walk with me to my car and get in the back by telling her it was the only place she'd be safe. When I got in and started driving, she started yelling that I couldn't take her to jail because she hadn't done anything wrong. I calmly informed her that we were going to the hospital, which prompted even louder yelling of, "I'm not crazy." I replied, "I don't think you're crazy." She screamed, "Then why are you taking me to the hospital?" I told her, "Well, you were next to that atom bomb, right? We gotta get you checked for radiation poisoning." Her eyes got wide and she said, "Oh shit, I didn't think about that. You better hurry." Next story. First time my brother arrested someone was really funny. He and his training officer were working the graveyard shift and got a call for suspicious activity at a house. They arrive and the homeowner says there is someone sneaking around the house that shouldn't be there, so they start looking around with their flashlights. Grass is really overgrown in the backyard, and my brother notices one of those Fisher-Price kids' cars, yellow and red plastic car, moving on its own. They found their guy, naked and high as fuck, trying to hide under the kid's toy and crawl away. Training officer says, "Well, he's yours, rookie." Had my brother cuff him. Guy didn't want to go to jail and put up a naked fight and take the guy to jail. My brother is a cop and he often shares his stories with me. I guess you could say this story is NSFW. Anyways, he tells me that he received a call from a dispatcher saying that there has been screams reported in an apartment building. There were no other details. My brother reports to the scene, just outside the door of the apartment building. Sure enough, there's yelling. A lady is belligerently yelling, "Get it out, get it out." My brother pounds on the locked door. The lady eventually responds, saying, "I can't get to the door, please help me. Maybe my son can get the door, I need to get it out." My brother waits a bit, still not knowing what's going on. He hears a voice of a little boy saying that he can't reach the doorknob to unlock it. My brother talks him through some steps so he can unlock the door. Finally, the little boy is able to unlock it. He opens the door. A violently putrid smell hits my brother immediately. The little boy seems clueless and quiet. My brother notices burnt spoons and drugs. My memory has failed me specifically which, scattered across the floor. He follows the voice to the room, still yelling, "Please help, get it out." He enters the room and there is blood splattered absolutely everywhere. The floor, the walls. He sees a man with his fist inside the woman's vagina. She continues to yell, "Get it out. I can feel the demon inside me. Get it out." Not sure how the whole situation was de-escalated. However, after further investigation, turns out the heavy drug-using couple went to a psychic/fortune teller where the lady was told that something evil was inside of her, something along those lines. Shortly after, the couple made their way to the apartment and have sex. As he is inside of her, he says, "I think I can feel the demon inside of you. Can you feel it?" And she responds, "Yes, I do feel it. Put your hand in there. Get the demon out. Get it out." Which leads to the scene that my brother walks into. So these are some pretty insane stories. I feel like cops of all, like citizens, they just have to have the most insane stories. I'm sure firefighters and paramedics, but cops specifically, like they're the first people there, you know what I mean? And they actually sort of a lot of times witness, bad things go on. But let me know down in the comments what you thought of those stories. And yeah, thank you guys.